And they're racing in the Cup. Oscar Schindler fairly out. Alcove, one of the first to bounce towards the inside. Saintly, Arctic Centre to stride quickly. Cheviot dropping back a bit. Nothing Like a Dane is prominent in the early stages. Away fast is Grey Shot on the outside. Court of Honour running up towards the leaders. Setico over on the outside. And dropping back a bit is Super Slew in the early stages with Fewer Chosen pressing on towards the front runners. At the 2800, it's Grey Shot going to the lead here over Court of Honour. Nothing Like a Dane right on the speed. Third on the rail from Alcove. Wider out Fewer Chosen and Setico. They're followed further back by Super Slew on the outside of Istadard. My Kiwi Gold between horses on the rail is Saintly. Further back in the field then on My Kiwi Gold got a slight check off heel. Circles of Gold on his inside from Couchivus. Then came the Phantom Chance outside the Bandit, a length and a half to Senator. Followed by Oscar Schindler on the outside of him. Pace is good at the post, a lap to go. Skybow outside Arctic Scent. Then came Doremus and Sapio. Boart second to last. And Cheviot is last of all. The Melbourne Cup field heads out of the straight now to the Riverside. And Grey Shot is the leader. It's Grey Shot a length and a half. Fewer Chosen. Nothing Like a Dane is on the rail. Third. Court of Honour is fourth. Around it Super Slew. Then follows Setico. Saintly over on the inside having a nice run. Followed by Alcove and then Istadard the outside. A half a length away to Couchivus on the inside and then Circles of Gold. 2 lengths My Kiwi Gold, the Bandit. 1 further back the Phantom Chance. 1.5 Senator. He's followed by Oscar Schindler. 3 lengths further back is Skybow. Arctic Scent. Sapio over on the inside spotting them along start. Doremus around him and then came Cheviot and Boart is last of all. Heading towards the 1600, the halfway. Grey Shot by a length here, Fewer Chosen. Nothing Like a Dane third, a length and a half Super Slew. Saintly on the inside having a beautiful run. Court of Honour next, followed by Couchivus, Alcove. Then Setico, Istadard out wide. The Bandit, the rail, Circles of Gold, the centre. 1-2 Senator and then the Phantom Chance and My Kiwi Gold. 2 lengths to Oscar Schindler, who races over on the outside of Arctic Centre. And then Skybow and Sapio. Doremus third last. Behind him is Cheviot and Boart, the West Australian mare, whipped the field in at the 1200. The pace is starting to quicken a bit more now. Grey Shot by a length, Fewer Chosen. 2 lengths further back is Nothing Like a Dane, who's had a lovely run. Outside him, Super Slew. 2.5 further back in the field. Court of Honour on the outside of Saintly. Setico next and then Alcove. Followed by Couchivus and then trails Istadard, who's race wide. Back on the inside then the Bandit between runners, Circles of Gold. My Kiwi Gold starting a run around the outside from the Phantom Chance and then Oscar Schindler. Spotting them a fair start coming to the home turn from Senator. Doremus back behind Oscar Schindler and then Arctic Scent as they came up towards the home turn. Sapio well back, followed by Cheviot and Boart. At the turn in the Cup now, and it's Grey Shot first for home. From coming after it, Nothing Like a Dane now. Fewer Chosen wider out from Super Slew. Saintly to the outside, and then came Couchivus, and further back in the field is Setico. Oscar Schindler out very wide. Nothing Like a Dane and Saintly at the 300. They reached the lead together from Couchivus, and then came Grey Shot and Skybow well back. It's Saintly at the 200. Saintly dashing 2 lengths in front. Cummings and Beedman. Cummings going for 10, and he's got it. Saintly well clear of Couchivus. Nothing Like a Dane and Skybow, but Saintly wins it easily from Couchivus second. A photo third either Skybow or Senator, who ran on well. Then Nothing Like a Dane and Doremus, followed further back by Cheviot, and then came Grey Shot, Sapio, followed by the Bandit, Arctic Scent. Setico next, trailed by Istadard, Super Slew, the Phantom Chance, and then Oscar Schindler, who's finished a long way back, followed in by Alco, Court of Honour, Boart, My Kiwi Gold, and Fewer Chosen, last to finish in the Melbourne Cup. History at Flemington. Bart's won his 10th.
What a marvel, Bart Cummings and Darren Beedman. They've done it again. Number 5, Saintly, 680, 240. Second, 2, Couchivus, $10 even. And third, a photo between last year's winner, number 1, Doremus, 3 even. And 11, Senator, $3.30. Greg.
It's 5-2 and a photo. Time is 3:18.8. The renaissance of Bart Cummings continues. A special moment. Number 22's got third. Skybow, 5-2, 22 official. Fourth going to Senator. And fifth, Nothing Like a Dane. This is a grand moment for J.B. Cummings. Well done, Bart. Not to be upstaged by the streaker, who's made his presence. Well, this is just one special moment in racing. Bart has changed his tactics to win the Melbourne Cup. A super win. Let's join Darren Beedman.
The whole journey.
And what about the JB Cummings polish?
He is an absolute genius with a capital G.
Isn't he? And you know, you look at the Cox plate and you think 2,000 metres and he looked like he just got it. He goes to 3,200 today, has a beautiful run all the way, and at the finish he blitzed them.
He is, you know, we just can't describe how I feel. It's just, you know, I just give all the glory to God. I just thank him so much.
Darren, it must be great. You know, I have ridden for Bart over the years, but when you go out on a horse, and Bart, he was so confident, wasn't he?
Yeah, he really trained this horse. I think he knew he had a horse that could run 2 miles the way that his nature is. And, I can't speak.
And Darren, they said he wasn't bred to stay, but Bart said he doesn't know who his parents are.
That's right. He's just a wizard.
Oh, congratulations, mate. This is going to be one of the most sentimental wins, I think, ever. Bart Cummings' 10th Melbourne Cup and Darren Beedman's 2nd. And congratulations, Darren.
Thanks, mate.
Johnny Letts speaking with Darren Beedman, who's won his 2nd Melbourne Cup. He scored for Bart on Kingston Rule in 1990. I caught a glimpse of Bart on the television. He was brushing away a tear. This means something to him. Every one of his cup winners has started on the Saturday. He changed his plans with Saintly, ran him in the Metrop, won the Cox plate with him, put him away and rested him until the Melbourne Cup. This tested Bart's undoubted skills to the limit. And he's come up trumps with a horse they said couldn't stay, and he's done it magnificently. Let's go back down to Channel 10.
Did you think it had ever come? It's 5 years since Let's Alive, and after all the trials and tribulations, but this horse is a super horse now.
He's pretty good. He stays well. He's a good mile and a quarter. Let's go for the Japan Cup next.
Did you have any doubt in your own mind that he would stay the 2 miles?
We taught him to stay. He's nice and relaxed, and you're never sure until the race is over, are you? But I thought he'd stay all right. He's nice and relaxed. Lovely horse. Excuse me.
And of course, as you go out now to have a look at the horse coming back with Darren Beedman, there's Bart Cummings now, and we'll try and keep with him as we survey the scene here. The usual crush of media in the mountain.
And we'll be back down to Peter Booth and the other boys to catch up with all the drama and action as the winner Saintly returns to scale. Beedman pumping the air, and that is the most special moment in racing. The long run down the Flemington Straight as you come back to scale. It is the most magnificent return to scale in Australia, and the pinnacle of any jockey's career would be to come back on a Melbourne Cup winner and receive the adulation of the crowd, which Darren has done down the run down the Roses here for the 2nd time in his career. Saintly, the Melbourne Cup winner, returning to scale, Darren Beedman. 2nd, Count Chivas, Stephen King, and 3rd placing, Skybo, Jason Holder. Down to Clem Dimsey.
I don't think there's a word to describe it.
Chatting to Anthony Cummings, how do you feel after your dad's performance?
Oh, just fantastic. It's just the best thing. He's just too good for him. Oh, it's a trainer.
Very emotional moment, wasn't it?
Well, it is. It's not his start, it's just fantastic, you know, having sort of been along with the old man through the bad times. It's great.
It was a great moment in sport. Thanks very much, Anthony, for your time. Go and enjoy the moment. Anthony Cummings there, Peter. Very emotional, chatting after his dad has scored his 10th Melbourne Cup win.
Yes, gee whiz. It is just special stuff. The man who's made this race his own, you just can't beat him off at any time, can you? He's been through some financial troubles. Was quiet for a few years. Some foolish punters and commentators might have even thought he was finished. But at 68 years, he's still teaching them new tricks in how to train. Wasn't bred to get the trip, but the further they went, the further clear of the field he got. And he's really made it a one act. Count Chivas has been a surprise packet, running 2nd. And Skybo keeps running on at the end of the Melbourne to Warrnambool in 3rd place. The official 4th was Senator. This Kiwi's run a terrific race. He's made up a lot of ground in the last bit of the event. And the 5th went to number 7, Nothing Like a Dane. Shane Dye rode him on the speed, and he really had his chance. He angled out to have a crack at them coming towards the home turn. He got to about second at the bend, but Saintly just swooped on them. And it was a most dominant win. The favourite, Oscar Schindler, settled back in the field, and at no stage did he come into the race. In fact, none of the internationals really figured, and it would be disappointment for the VRC that they haven't got us anywhere near close at the finish of the race. Gray shot leading them up, Court of Honour sitting close to the speed, and Gray and Oscar Schindler settling at the tail of the field and never quite really managing to get amongst it. The pace was on. It was generous enough for these horses to make ground. They've run it in 3:18.8, and that would have certainly given them an opportunity to pick up the leading horses, but it was not to be. It was Saintly who sprinted so magnificently from the 400, and once he hit the front, Wiedmann really was just biding his time. He's a magnificent striding animal, Saintly. He's a very, very big horse, long and loose, with a wonderful fluent stride. Flemington's his track. He's never been beaten here. Okay, let's cross back down to the mounting yard.
Lee Friedman, no disgrace to run second advantage.
None at all. You know, his horse drew a beautiful gait, had a lovely run, and he's a really high-class racehorse, and I thought he was always going to be the horse to beat.
Significant, the two most predominant trainers in the last couple of decades won first and second.
Well, I guess it's somewhat significant. I mean, I love training him for this race, and he's almost got to the stage that if I don't win it, I'm a little disappointed. But to run second to him and to run second to that horse, I think that form will stand up, and, you know, I'm glad we made the decision to run.
How great a trainer is Bart Cummings?
He's not bad.
No, he's obviously, it's incredible. You'd be the only trainer, I suppose, that could eventually match him.
Well, I don't know about that, but he's been a great trainer, a great inspiration to us, and I've known him since I was a child of 8 or 10, and I congratulate him, and I know how much it means to him after what he's been through.